We've got 7 players with league-winning potential for you right now on Fantasy Football Today Express. I love this. The all-breakout team, courtesy of Heath Cummings. He's got more than 7, by the way, players who can win you a league, but we're going to make you give us a roster of quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end, and a flex. Who is the quarterback of this team? And is he the captain of the team? This is an important spot on your team, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call him the captain of the team, but he's a rookie. You know, you got to earn that designation. Jaden Daniels is my all-breakout quarterback. I love the big play ability, both with his arm and with his legs. I think he could be a 3,000, 1,000 guy, as Lamar Jackson was. Now, I will say, I think he's a league winner if you get him at his ADP, if you can get him at round 8, round 9, round 10. The math gets a little bit more difficult if you're going to take him in round 5 or 6, as I have seen happen in some drafts. But yeah, absolutely has the potential to be a top 5 fantasy quarterback, maybe even better.
Okay, Jaden Daniels is our quarterback, not yet given the captaincy, but maybe next year. So the running backs, who are the running backs on our all-breakout team?
James Cook and Ken Walker, and Cook's been there all offseason. Like, if you listen to anything that I've said, if you've seen any of our mock drafts, you know I've been drafting James Cook in round 2. I view him as a top 7 fantasy running back. I think he has top 4 upside. He was over 20 touches per game after they made the offensive coordinator change last year. I don't believe in the Bills wide receivers. I think Cook might have one of those Aaron Jones seasons where he finishes second on the team in targets and sets a career high in both receptions and touchdown scored. And then Ken Walker has been the late addition. Seattle coaching staff cannot stop raving about this guy. They view him as a 3-down back. They want to use him in the passing game as well. He's always been a home run hitter. I'm hoping that the downfield passing attack actually opens up more holes so he doesn't have quite as many negative plays. But Walker slowly creeping towards my top 12 running backs as well. Love taking him in round 3.
Yeah, and you like Cook in round 2, and his ADP on Fantasy Pros, it's 30th. On CBS, it's 20th. And are you good with that? 20th?
Yeah, I'm good with 20th. I think I took him 18th in our most recent draft, so I'm fine with it at 20th, but I like it better at 30th. I don't think, especially if you're in the middle of round 2, I'm not passing on him thinking, well, James Cook will come back to me.
On NFC over the last 4 days, 83 drafts, James Cook is running back 14. So he's going after Achane, Pacheco, Jacobs, and Rashad White. So it's possible you can get him in round 3.
Yep.
Especially if you have like a late pick in round 2. Maybe you can wait until early round 3. You don't have to, but take a chance. All right, how about we go with your wide receivers? Do you want to do it now or you want to do it after a break? Let's take a break. We'll take a break on Fantasy Football Today Express. We have 4 spots left on Heath's all-breakout team. We'll get the wide receivers after this. Okay, we've got Jaden Daniels at quarterback, James Cook at running back, Ken Walker at running back. Who are our 2 wide receivers on the all-breakout team?
They are Rashee Rice and George Pickens. Rice, it'd be fair to say he broke out in the last 6 games of last year, but I think you look at those full season statistics. This is a guy who I honestly think if he plays 17 games is going to be a top 12 fantasy wide receiver this year. I'm drafting him in round 3 now. His ADP can't go up fast enough, just can't catch up on sites, but we're seeing him in round 4 of most drafts. I expect him to lead the Chiefs in targets, catches, yards, and score double-digit touchdowns. Rashee Rice to the moon. And then George Pickens, I've cooled on him just a little bit because of how bad the Steelers' offensive line is and that threat of Brandon Ayuk. But assuming that Ayuk doesn't show up, like you look at these numbers, 63, 11, 53, and 8, he's going to top all 3 of those numbers. Should be a 75 catch guy, has 1,400 yard potential. And I would expect with Russell Wilson at quarterback, he's going to score at least 10 touchdowns.
So you like Pickens or Rice better?
I like Rice better.
Over the last 4 days in NFC, those 83 drafts I referenced, who do you think's going first, Pickens or Rice?
Rice.
Yep, by 6 spots. He's wide receiver 24. Pickens is wide receiver 30. In between them are Stephon Diggs, T. Higgins, Amari Cooper, Zay Flowers, Terry McLaurin, and then there's George Pickens. So Rice and Pickens are your wide receivers. That gives us Jaden Daniels, James Cook, Ken Walker, Rashee Rice, and George Pickens. We need a tight end with league-winning upside.
It is Trey McBride. Again, another guy who showed us some of it in the second half last year, but I don't think we saw it all. We didn't have a fully competent Kyler Murray. He's now had another full year to recover from that ACL injury. He didn't have Marvin Harrison drawing attention away, which will make things easier for McBride after the catch. And he didn't have hardly any touchdowns. Trey McBride's going to lead all tight ends in targets and catches this year, and there is a chance he doubles his touchdown total from last year. He's my favorite tight end amongst all of them, and a lot of times he goes fourth, has a round 5 ADP. Love drafting him in round 4. I think he's worth a pick in round 3, but you probably don't have to. I will just say in our pick by pick series, though, I played that game. I took Rachaad White with the 6th or 7th pick of round 3, thinking Trey McBride always falls to me in round 4. Jacob Gibbs took him in round 3, absolutely crushed me.
Okay, but do you regret that Rachaad White pick?
I do. I wanted Trey McBride.
You like McBride just straight up better than Rachaad White?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. So Daniels, Cook and Walker, Rice and Pickens, Trey McBride. We do have a question in the chat. Do you like Ayuk or Rice better?
Rice.
And flex. Ooh, man. I feel like I know Heath pretty well, but I cannot figure out who this flex is going to be. It's certainly not going to be Malik Neighbors. I'm going to go ahead and guess Tank Dell.
It is the guy that you say I draft in every draft. It is Javonte Williams. Another year removed from the ACL. He actually had a bigger workload last year than I think people expected. Just wasn't very efficient. Sean Payton's Denver Broncos last year led the NFL with a 32% running back target rate. Doesn't matter if he plays third downs, he'll still catch 50 passes. And had the 6th most running back opportunities at 506 total opportunities. Samaje Perine is gone. Williams is the 1. Jaleel McLaughlin is the 2. And I love Jaleel McLaughlin, but he's also a great number 2 for Javonte Williams because he's not big enough to handle 20 touches per game, 15 touches per game. Not a real threat to take too many touches away from Javonte Williams. He is going to be, here's bold prediction time. Javonte Williams, top 12 running back in 2024.
Okay, Javonte Williams over the last 4 days on NFC is running back 25. Would you take him ahead of these guys? David Montgomery.
Yep.
Aaron Jones.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Andre Stevenson.
Yep.
DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
Zamir White.
Yep.
Najee Harris.
I would.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Just make it. I will not. I'd rather have Jahmyr Gibbs and Javonte Williams. And I'll just say, like somebody said in the chat, a lot of these guys have already broken out. It's possible to have multiple breakouts in your career. These guys are going to reach a new level. And as Adam Azer says, sleepers win you weeks, breakouts win you leagues. Not a lot of these guys have won you a league before. They're going to this year.
DM. Yeah. Who's won you a league? Maybe McBride. That's about it. Thank you everybody for watching and listening. Heath, great stuff. Your All-Breakout team. Make sure you read Heath's content and everybody's content. CBSSports.com/fantasy. And we'll talk to you tomorrow on Fantasy Football Today Express.